it's Marina, Travel Experta. And today I want to talk about the Bottomless Buffet. Are you guys ready for an adventure? Let's begin. Do you guys know about those bottomless buffets? I think they have become like the staple of US travel and cruise ship travel and all-inclusive travel. It always looks so tempting and so good. Usually, the majority of the buffets that we see more, I guess, internationally would be for brunches. However, they are rapidly becoming a thing. So for some reason, I'm always pulled to these bottomless buffets. I remember me and my kids were just in Utah, and there's a whole strip of these huge Asian buffets. You've got the Korean, the Chinese, the Japanese, or just a combination of all of them. And what is it that they call about? Like, why do we get pulled to this gluttonous, never ending array of bad food? If you think about it, it's bad food. For 12.95 or 19.95, chances of you getting super quality, nonstop, unlimited food is not really going to happen. Yet we still want to constantly go there. Me and my kids went to the one in Utah for the first one, this Asian unlimited buffet. And at the end, we were like, it was gross. This was bad. It was, greasy. Yet you see people coming in and just gorging, like not even just having a little bit, but gorging. The reason why I love buffets is for the tasting. I'm constantly saying that all restaurants should have a tasting menu, right? Like where you taste all their different dishes on a smaller portion to get a really good idea. And this way you could come back and get the larger size. And I actually think it's a great way for a restaurant to bring in business coming back because you could have the taster. I remember me and my husband once went to this really cool apple cider bar, and they had an entire taster, and the tasters were tiny. They were like an ounce each. It was like 12 different tasters between the two of us. And then we were like, okay, I really dislike this one, or I really love this one. And then we went and bought pints of those. And I just think it's a great thing. So me and my husband just went to this all-inclusive resort in Cancun. And by the way, I have podcasts for Cancun. I have podcasts for Utah for the actual travel of it. So definitely go and check those out to really help you guys get oriented in those areas. Anyway, so we went to this all-inclusive where it is literally everything is included, right? So there's five different restaurants on the property, and you get 24 hours room service. And there's a very large menu. Even though the room service is a la carte, it does permit you to order as many meals as you possibly want. And to be honest with you, I hear quite a lot of people ordering all hours of the day and night, including 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So the gluttony never stops. And all these inclusive resorts also give you a non-stop of alcohol, right? So the consumption of alcohol is through the roof. However, back to the bottomless buffets here. It's like, what is it that calls us to it, right? The majority of the reason why we are called to this is literally because it just feels like we are rich or whatnot. I don't know. But to me, it just feels like it's this massive sense of gluttony and just overconsumption that is really a big problem in the world, right? And it's usually kind of ironic. Here we have this unlimited amount of food. Meanwhile, we're in a country where half of it is starving, right? So there's all these I don't know, like this black and white, right? Dichotomies to all of this. However, once in a while, it is definitely something cool and interesting to try out. So if you are going to go and splurge on a unlimited buffet, I personally recommend saving your money and spending it on a really good quality buffet. Right? Because again, the reason why I'm mainly called to these buffets and the fact that in an all inclusive, when you go to the restaurants, which are usually a la carte, but you can literally order everything from the menu. I just wish that they would have a smaller size so that you could have a tasting. And next time, if I come back, if I'm staying here for several nights, I could be like, this is the one that I want the full amount. So that to me is the reason why I go to these. However, to be honest with you, I always find myself eating really poorly when I do go to these endless, bottomless buffets. So if you do go for one, save a little bit extra and go and make it a little bit more of an extravagant experience to get good quality, delicious food rather than just like cheap 4.95 crap that we think of as far as these buffets. Anyways, this is my point of view of these bottomless buffets. Sometimes it's great to experience it and make it as an adventure, but also you can start to really pick and choose what you want to eat and enjoy as far as these bottomless buffets. And if you guys enjoyed this podcast, this episode, please leave me a review and share it with your friends. And remember to make every day an adventure.